The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Well, hopefully we get the echo thing sorted out, because I'm pretty clueless when it comes to this crap. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for the 21st day of March. Welcome to March Madness in full. Today we have a double header for you. We start in Oakland, which was a night game. We're doing this in reverse order. This could be a preview of the American League Championship Series. The New York Yankees and the Oakland A's. The Oakland A's are 28-20. The Yankees are 25-22. But anything could happen here as we come along with 6 teams in the race of the American League East, and Oakland in a dogfight with Kansas City, Minnesota, and Seattle. So as we officially reach the quarter pole, 10 teams in the American League have a chance for two spots, which is pretty remarkable. That's the opener, Bob Welch and Richard Dotson. Major motion from Nissan. The National League, well, the Mets are starting to pull away from the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Dodgers are still trailing the Reds. That's the latter half of our doubleheader. The Dodgers and the Mets from Shea. But for now, to Oakland on a Chamber of Commerce evening, May 30th, 1988. As Retro Sports Network presents a holiday doubleheader at our Major League Replay 1988. We start from Oakland, California, and the Oakland Alameda Coliseum as the Oakland A's host the New York Yankees. And our broadcast is brought to you by DigitalDevice.com. The best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. All right. Did you actually not get echo that time? As I'd be pretty impressed if you didn't. Their midlife crisis. So it'll be Richard Dotson versus Bob Welch in game 1. Dotson 1-5 with a 5.52 ERA, and Welch settlement echo the whole time. Is it still echoing? Welch 4-5 with a 5.74 ERA. We won't do a on camera again until we get that fixed. Welch, oh by the way, is 4-5 with a 5.74 ERA, making his 12th start. Good morning, Jeff. 32 years old, fastball at 87, and a standard pitcher. And in 2 years, he's going to be a 27-game winner, which is not the case today. In fact, 5 nights ago, he got beat by the Orioles 5-0. He went 6 1/3, 133 pitches, 9 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned. He walked 4 and struck out 3. Overall for Welch, 69 innings, 85 pitches, 52 runs, 44 earned, 2 homers. He's walked 39 and struck out 39. And this will be the lineup he'll get faced today. It'll be Ricky Henderson leading off in left. Bobby Meacham will bat second and play second. No Willie Randolph today. Glendale Washington in center will go third. Jack Clark cleans up as the DH. Mike Pagliarulo at third will bat fifth. Dave Winfield and right will go sixth. Gary Ward at first, batting seventh. The echo's gone, right? Rafael Santana at short will bat eighth. And Joel Skinner gets the call behind the plate. He'll bat ninth. Bob Welch can go the distance. But when you have a 4-5 record and an earned run average close to 6, that's not going to get you very far. Defensively for the A's, it'll be Stan Javier, a 5-3. How you doing, Jamie? Happy Memorial Day to you, too. 5-3 and left. Dave Henderson of 7-4 and center. Jose Canseco was 6-9 and right. Carney Lansford is a 4 at third. Walt Weiss is an 8 at short. Mike Gallego is a 5 at second. Mark McGuire a 7 at first. Ron Hassey a 5 and a 4 behind the plate. And Welch is a 7 on the mound with a .980 fielding percentage. Yankees 25 and 22. This is game 48 for them. The A's are 28 and 20. This is game 49. Ricky at 311, no homers and 10 RBI, playing 2 for the holiday. Struck him out. Welch got him to chase a 1-2 curve. So here's Meacham at 228, no homers and 5 RBI. And I have no idea why, with the new camera, that I'm getting an echo. I literally just changed everything to the default settings just before I came on. Pitch to Meacham. Ground ball to Gallego. He'll throw it to McGuire, and there are 2 out. For Claudell Washington, hitting .283, no homers, so he's due, and 13 RBI. A's could use an easy outing from Welch. Struck him out. An 0-2 fastball got him. So the Yankees go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. And after half an inning, it's the Yankees nothing. Here comes Oakland. And as you see, we have a much better picture of Oakland today. Carney Lansford will lead off at third. San Javier will bat second and play left. Jose Canseco in right will go third. Dave Parker cleans up. He's the DH. Mark McGuire at first will bat fifth. Ron Hassey behind the... Ron Hassey will be batting sixth. Dave Henderson in center batting seventh. Mike Gallego at second going eighth. Walt Weiss at short will bat ninth. And Richard Dotson, who did not host Family Feud, should throw about 115 pitches if that goes about right. That should be about 8 innings. You'd think I know where to hit. Dotson, by the way, 1-5 on the year, making his 10th start. 29 years old, fly ball pitcher, fastball at 87. He got his first win of the year a week ago, so last Monday against California, in a 3-2 win. 7 innings, 119 pitches, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a homer, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. 58 2/3 for Richard, 59 innings, 39 runs, 36 earned. He's given up 7 homers. He's walked 33, which is dangerous, to 23 strikeouts. Defensively for the Yankees, Ricky Henderson is a 6 and a 4 in left. Claudell Washington a 5 and a 4 in center. Dave Winfield a 7 and 7 in right. Pagliarulo a 5 at third. Santana a 6 at short. Bobby Meacham a 3 at second. Gary Ward a 5 at first. Joel Skinner a 5 and a 3 behind the plate. Dotson not a bad glove. He's a 7 with a 1,000 fielding percentage. In real life, oh, by the way, he walked 72 and 171, so his control was a little bit better than it is now. And before Carney Lansford steps in, let's check in with the Vin Scully movie phone. So if you're looking to find a movie to watch this Memorial Day weekend, at the Cinema 1, 2, and 3 this holiday weekend, starting at 12:45 for the first matinee, 2:45, and then evening showings at 6, 8, and 10. You can go see Crocodile Dundee 2. Or if you're feeling more in a adventurous state of mind, Rambo 3 is at Cinema 2. Again, the same times. And if you're looking something that's a little more child-friendly, you might consider Willow, which starts at 10:30 and then goes to 12:30 and 2:30 under our matinee prices, and then in prime time at 7 and 9. And don't forget, matinee tickets are just $2.75, and the kids get a free popcorn, very, very small, and $1 off Pepsis. That is the Vin Scully Cinema 1, 2, 3 movie phone. Meep. You happy with that, Jamie? Here's Lansford at 291 4 homers and 23 RBI. Dotson starts his evening. Fly ball right center. Claudell Washington going way back there, and that is off the wall. So Lansford starts with a double. His 8th of the year. He's got good speed, too. Not going to steal here, but just something to keep in mind. Vin could even make movie times. Interesting. Stan Javier at 331, no homers and 13 RBI. Make sure that, good morning, Big Dave. There was somebody with one of those $1 million voices who actually did record himself reading the phone book. Dotson throws back to second, and Lansford's back. Now he'll go to Javier. Stan gets a ground ball to Meacham. Over to Ward for the out. So no Mattingly and no Randolph for the Yankees. As Lansford moves to third, here's Canseco at 277, 9 homers and 37 RBI. You wonder if you use a voice like Vinny's to remind you, of course, we're in the smack dab in the high range for movie rentals, and be kind to the next person who's going to watch what you're renting and rewind that movie. You know, how many more people would have done that if Uncle Vin said, be kind and rewind? Lansford on third. Canseco hits this one in the right. That will drop in front of Winfield. Lansford's going to score, and Oakland's up 1-0. Brings up Dave Parker at 263, 5 homers and 20 RBI. Dotson throws to first. Canseco's back. 1 out, 1-0 Oakland. Up the middle for a base hit. Washington will throw it back in. And the A's are cooking with gas. Canseco's going to third. How about that? So Washington kind of dilly-dallied that throw back in there, and Canseco didn't stop. So runners on the corners from McGuire. Mark at 329. 16 homers. That leads the majors. And 43 RBI. Yeah, you don't want to pay the $1 fine. Although, if it was a new release, I think it was equal, where I lived, to the $3 you paid. Blockbuster used to charge $1 if you didn't rewind. We didn't have any Blockbusters. Not in small town Vermont. We had a place called Video King, a local chain. Someone is waking up going, wow, I forgot I worked there. Pitch to McGuire, runners on the corners, up the middle, and that's a base hit. Canseco's going to score. Parker will hold at second, and there's only 1 out, and it's 2-0 Oakland. For Ron Hassey at 282, a home run, a triple, and 5 RBI. Up the middle might be 2. Santana to Meacham for 1. Bobby turns and throws to first, and it will be a 6-4-3 double play. But the A's get some business done here in the first. 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. They leave on 1 and lead the Yankees 2-0. So Clark, Pagliarulo, and Winfield to face Welch, who's been given 2 runs in the first. Jack at 246, 7 homers, and 28 RBI. My parents, thrifty as they were, would always take advantage of getting those movies on a Friday night and having them for the weekend. Got to return them Sunday or Monday morning. Yep. Not that I would know that the adult videos were behind the saloon doors. Such as Uncle Ron's sorority adventures. Jack Clark draws a walk. So Welch missed with a full count fastball high. Welch has better control than what he's shown in the replay. He only walked 81 and 244 and 2/3 and struck out 158. Right now, in 70 innings, he's walked 40 and struck out 41. Pagliarulo at 209, 5 homers and 25 RBI. Yeah, usually there were 3 movies that were rented. And that's into right center field. Henderson will pick it up on a hop, and the Yankees have it first and second, nobody out. For Dave Winfield, hitting .304, 8 homers and 36 RBI. The kiddie-friendly movie that was not usually, or could have been a new release. The Ron may actually watch this movie, which was shown after the kiddies went to bed. And then the everyone under the age of dad went to bed movie later. Yes. If my mom's watching, I'm sorry. Pitch to Winfield. Fly ball, left field, Javier. All sorts of room out there, and Stan will make the catch. Clark could tag. I mean, this is a big, big part. First and second, 1 out for Gary Ward, hitting .314, a homer and 4 RBI. Fly ball, left center. Henderson is there. Dave makes the catch. And Clark will hold. I don't know how much the Muffy and Buffy's adventure movies were. All I remember was in that era that the old releases were 99 cents and that the new movies were $3. Rafael Santana at 227, 3 homers and 11 RBI. Pitch to Rafael, runners go. That's a base hit into center field. Henderson is going to pick it up on a hop. Clark does not have great speed. Hendu, but he's going to score. That throw goes in the infield, and the Yankees make it a 2-1 ballgame. I never know what I'm going to talk about once the stream starts, and I did not realize that we'd be talking about renting movies from 1988. Joel Skinner hitting .215, a home run, and 11 RBI. I've apparently shocked you all into silence. 2 out. Here's the pitch from Welch. Skinner in the right center. Henderson should track this one down. Dave does, and that'll retire the side. However, the Yankees get a run on 2 hits and no errors. And we go to the bottom of the second here in the first of 2 today. Oakland 2, New York 1. So 7, 8, 9 for the A's here in the second. Henderson at 243, 7 homers and 24 RBI. Sun Temple Radio, thanks for the follow. Mike Gallego and Walter Weiss to follow. Base hit up the middle. So Henderson has the 5th hit for Oakland. There's Gallego at 141. Can I bunt him? I can bunt him. 2 no homers and 3 RBI, and he's gonna bunt. Gallego squares. Ward has it. Goes to Meacham covering at first, and Henderson moves to second, 1 out. When I became engaged, which was at the end of the VCR era, in a nice video place in downtown Montpelier. Here's Weiss at 293, no homers and 15 RBI. And the wifey and I would rent movies every once in a while. All PG rated, of course. And they talked us into buying a 4-head stereo VCR in 1997. Would you care to guess how much we paid for that sucker? Pitch to Weiss. Fly ball left field. Henderson moving over. Ricky in the alley. He knows it well. Makes the catch. And Henderson is going to go to third. So Ricky does not throw out Dave. 2 out. And a runner on third for Carney Lansford. Richard Dotson, not a great opening. 9, 32 pitches, an inning and 2/3. 5 hits. Both the runs are earned. Lansford doubled and scored his first time up. Up the middle for a base hit. So Henderson scores. And it makes it 3-1. Jamie is hitting the Billboard charts pretty hard this morning. Top rentals of the year were Dirty Dancing, which I saw enough that I did not have the time of my life, but nobody ever puts baby in a corner. Stan Javier is 0 for 1, Lansford on first. Lethal Weapon, which I think I watched for the first time with the wifey poo about 8 years later. Fatal Attraction, which I've never seen. And The Untouchables with Robert Stack. The throw to first, and Carney is back. Just remember to be kind and rewind. Javier draws the walk. So first and second, 2 out for Canseco, who had an RBI single his first time up. 3-1 A's here in the second. Lansford on second, Javier on first. Canseco, ground ball to Pags, over to Meacham for the easy out, and that will retire the side. A's get 1 on 2 hits. They've left on 3. It is Oakland 3, New York 1. Sun Temple Radio asks, is this a sim or am I playing? I am coaching or managing the A's. It's a real game from 1988, but it is actually being played, so it's not real life per se, using Action PC Baseball 2024. And so if you got any questions, go ahead and ask. Ricky Henderson struck out his first time up. Bob Welch opening 9, 33 pitches, 2 innings, 2 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Jamie's family started out with a Betamax. So when we went to the video store, we could choose from 4 movies. Romancing the Stone, Star Trek 2, maybe an anime flick, and Fleetwood Mac concert. How close am I? Pitch from Welch to Henderson. Little nubber, he's bunting it, and he's just going to steal it. He really stole first base. Lansford picked it up and went, Wanted it to roll foul, but it did not. So Henderson is on first. Meacham is 0 for 1. Will throw to first. McGuire trying to hold Henderson on, and McGuire almost had him picked. Ricky, as we play the games of Memorial Day, already has 35 steals on the replay. Hassey throws down to Weiss, and they got Henderson. How about that? What a good throw by Ron Hassey to get Ricky Henderson trying to steal. That you don't see all that often. So here's Meacham with a 1-strike count. I forgot the name of the site, by the way, that will do audio. They put Ricky in the... Yes, that's right. No one puts baby in the corner, but they certainly put Ricky in, who would refer to himself in the third person. There is a site that will read you the play-by-play descriptions from Retro Sheet of pretty much any game in Major League history. This is a real voice, and no AI involved except for the Yankees. Pitch to Meacham. Ground ball to third. Lansford's got it. Over to McGuire for the out. Here's Washington, who struck out his first time up. So you want to venture a guess how much we paid for the VCR from the video store? Fly ball, right center field. Henderson is there. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, and Ricky Henderson gets thrown out trying to steal. How about that? After 2.5, 3-1 Oakland. Does it say? It doesn't say how many times he's been thrown out. He's stolen 35. 400's a bit high, but a good guess. Dave Parker, 1 for 1. He's single. McGuire and Hassey to follow. 3-1 Oakland. Down the line, extra bases. Ricky's going to have to go get it. Parker still has some good legs. At 37, Pagliarulo dove but came up empty-handed, and Parker has his 7th double. You're not that far off. It's an overbid, but not that far. Mark McGwire, by the way, RBI single. So Parker's 7th double of the year, and the A's have 7 hits off of Dotson. I think it was $320 pre-tax. Uncle Ron was not real happy with his fiance. Just saying. Fouled off the mask of Skinner, and the count is full, 3-2. McGwire has a green light here to just nuke one into orbit. Left field, Ricky turns and caught it. Did he? No, that's off the wall. Ricky should have had it. Parker scores standing up, and McGwire is held to a single. The wind is blowing in from left center. Ricky should have had that one, and McGwire, who is about as fleet of foot as me, looked over as he stood on first base and was surprised to see the ball rolling away. So Henderson cost the Yankees a run. Here's Hasse, who's 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play. Into right, Winfield has it for the out. McGwire goes back. But for $320, Liar never looked sharper. Nice four-head stereo VCR, Jamie. She got a good one for sure. Here's Henderson. Dave singled and scored his first time up. Base hit down the line and left. Ricky a little faster on the draw here. McGwire's going to go to third. That's on Pagliarulo. McGwire is going to hold as Henderson has the double, his 5th. And Richard Dotson is about as effective on the mound as Richard Dawson. Gallego with a sac bunt his first time up. The A's up 4-1 with 1 out here in the 3rd. To first, Ward will take it himself. McGwire will score. I believe Gallego's been retired. Runner goes to 3rd, and there's 2 out. But it's a 5-1 game. So here's Weiss, who's 0 for 1. Henderson on 3rd. Popped up Santana for the out. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. After 3, Oakland 5, Yankees 1. So Clark, Pagliarulo, and Winfield. Jamie brought up Betamax. Clark walked and scored in the 2nd. Do you know why Betamax failed? Ground ball to short. Weiss over to McGwire for the out. So here's Pagliarulo. Mike is 1 for 1. He singled. I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with this channel. Ground ball to Lansford. Over to McGwire. And Pags is out on a bang-banger. How about that? So 2 out for Winfield, who's 0 for 1. Ground ball to Weiss, and that's going to play him. Winfield's going to reach on the air. That's Walt's 4th of the year in 41 appearances. So here's Ward, 2 out. He's 0 for 1. Let's see if anyone wants to bite on why did Betamax fail? Winfield goes. Hasse throws down to Gallego, and Winfield gets his 4th steal of the year. At 37 years old, they're going to wheel out the oxygen tank for that. Here's Gary Ward, who's 0 for 1 with a 1-ball count. So a gutsy move by Billy Martin to send Winfield. Ground ball to second, Gallego over to McGuire, and that'll retire the side. After 3.5, the Yankees get a hit, leave a runner on, but the A's still lead 5-1. So look at the standings, and we'll play out the rest of the American League after this. Doubleheader day on Retro Sports Network. Milwaukee leads Toronto by half a game. The Yankees by a game and a half. Cleveland by 2. Detroit and Boston by 5.5. In the West, Minnesota and Kansas City are in a flat-footed tie. Oakland a game back, and Seattle a game and a half. In the National League, Mets by 4.5 over the Pirates and the Dodgers. You'll see the Dodgers and Mets next. Trail Cincinnati by 4.5. So opening 18 for Richard Dotson is bad. 70 pitches, 3 innings, 9 hits, a walk, no strikeouts, and all 5 runs are earned. Lansford has singled, doubled. He could possibly hit for the cycle. He can do it. His 24th RBI and a run scored. In the left field, Henderson moving over. Ricky is there and will make the catch, 1 out. Here's Stan Javier. I know you're all waiting breathlessly for me to tell you why Betamax failed. Javier walked. He's 0 for 1. Ground ball to Beecham over to Ward for the out. Now, the whole purpose of a VCR, as Canseco steps up, he's 1 for 2, an RBI and a run scored, was to tape shows that you couldn't watch. It was never designed to be for renting movies and all that, which is what most people use them for. So let's say your mom at work was going to work and she missed as the stomach turned, she could record all that. Pitch to Canseco is a liner down the line and left. Henderson will have to go in the corner. Canseco turns on the afterburners, and he has his 14th double of the year. So the A's have 10 hits in this one. Here's Parker. Davis singled, doubled, and scored. So 2 out here in the 4th, 5-1 Oakland. And so when you paid for the tape, which was the equivalent of about $20, this stuff wasn't cheap. And of course, the machines were in late 70s money, even close to $1,000. Throw it a second, they tried to pick off Canseco, and Jose wasn't going. The folks at Sony who came up with the Betamax, Parker, line drive to Ward, Gary's there, and that'll retire the side. No runs, a hit, and no errors. And after 4, Oakland 5, New York 1. So Santana, Skinner, and Henderson to face Welch here in the 5th. Raphael singled and drove in a run. Sony, of course, being a Japanese company with Japanese executives, didn't quite understand what the American market would do with it. The VHS tape from day one could do 4 hours on medium speed. And what can you do with a 4-hour tape that you really can't do with a 1-hour tape? Ground ball to first. McGuire over to Welch for the out. 1 away for Skinner, who's 0 for 1. You can't tape football games. You could with a VHS player. You couldn't with a beta because the tapes weren't long enough. And that's one of the huge reasons why VHS won the format war. Now, aren't you glad I took 2 innings to tell you that story? Pitch to Skinner. Struck him out. That's 3 for Welch. Bob's actually throwing a pretty good game. 2 out here in the 5th. Here's Ricky. Welch opening 1854 pitches, 4 2/3 innings, 3 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. The run was earned. Ricky is 1 for 2. He is singled and struck out. There's a base hit into left field. Javier will pick it up. And so 2 out, 4th hit for the Yankees. 2 of them have been from Ricky Henderson, who was thrown out trying to steal. There's Bobby Meacham. Bobby is 0 for 2. Throw to first. And Ricky's back. I can tell you guys are just enamored by that story. Meacham swings. That's into right center field. That's going to go all the way to the wall, and Bobby's into second standing. Ricky just doesn't stop. He scores from all the way from first on the 2-out double from Meacham. That's his 5th of the year. So it's now a 5-2 ball game. And again, if anyone is familiar with how this ballpark plays and when to gun it and when not to, it's Ricky Henderson. Claudell Washington, by the way, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Deep right center field. Back goes Canseco, way back there, and that is long gone. So what was a 5-1 game is now a 5-4 game, as Washington smashes his first home run of the year. Almost back to the hand-operated scoreboard in right center. My goodness. Welch caught so much of the plate you thought you were at Golden Corral. Oh my word, what a majestic home run. So now it's a 1-run game, and Welch, who was cruising right along a moment ago, has lost the script here in the 5th. There's Clark. He's 0 for 1. He has walked and scored. Foul tipped. 1-2 the count. That home run had the distance of a VHS tape. You get a gold star for driving the conversation today, Jamie. Here's the pitch to Clark. And he draws the walk. I'll tell you what, if Welch can't get it together, Hassey didn't like the call, by the way, on ball 4. Oakland's not going to the playoffs. He went 17-9 in real life with an earned run average of 364. To the moment, he is 4-5 with an earned run average of 586. Pagliarulo to second. Gallego has it over to McGuire. We are expecting, for the first time in Burlington, as we get ready for the commercial, this season, 6 inches of snow. We didn't get it all winter. We could get as much as 18 by Saturday night. We'll be back. All right, if you joined us late, 5-4 Oakland. The A's were up 5-1 until a moment ago. Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire with RBI singles in the first to make it 2-0. Yankees got one back in the second. Rafael Santana with an RBI single. Carney Lansford made it 3-1 in the second. Then Oakland would make it 5-1 in the third. McGuire an RBI single to score Dave Parker. And then Gallego, a ground ball to make it 5-4. In the fifth, after a Bobby Meacham double, made it 5-2. Claudell Washington with an absolute moonshot. He stretched out an entire VHS tape to make it a 5-4 game. His first of the year. Good timing on that. So Richard Dotson has had none stuff. 4 innings, 10 hits, 5 runs, all earned and a walk. Welch was pitching well until a moment ago. 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Now, home run to Claudel Washington, who used to be in Oakland, eh? He's walked 2 and struck out 3. So McGuire, Hassey, and Henderson here in the 5th. 5, 6, and 7. McGuire has singled twice and driven in 2. He's got 45 RBI. Struck him out. Dotson can't believe it. McGuire chased a 1-2 curve. So that brings up Hassey, who's 0 for 2, grinding into a double play. Somewhere, Sun Temple Radio, if he's still watching, is going, what the hell did I get myself into? Line drive to Meacham. Bobby's there. 2 out. Henderson is 2 for 2. Dave is singled and doubled. Left center field. Claudel Washington makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Hey, we finally had a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 6th. It's Oakland 5, New York 4. So Winfield, Ward, and Santana to face Welch here in the 6th. Dave is 0 for 2, but he stole a base. He's stolen 4. Left center, Henderson, 1 out. Gary Ward is 0 for 2. Mattingly must be hurt. Struck him out. That's 4 for Welch. A full count curve. Swung on and missed. So here's Santana, 1 for 2. A single and RBI. You guys are quite chatty today. Ground ball to Gallego. Over to McGuire. And an easy inning for Welch. Bottom of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's still Oakland 5, Yankees 4. So Gallego, Weiss, and Lansford. Mike has an RBI. He's 0 for 1. Also had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. To third, Pagliarulo over to Ward. 1 out. Weiss is 0 for 2. Fly ball, left center. Washington is there. 2 out. Dodgers and Mets from Shea to follow. Dotson, 27 batters. 5 2/3. 10 hits. All 5 runs are earned. 105 pitches. A walk and a strikeout. Lansford, 2 for 3. Single, double, RBI, and a run scored. Don't forget, Saturday night, folks, Dave Gardner, and with 18 inches of snow maybe coming, myself, will be joined on Dave's channel by J. Thomas Hetrick. And if you remember, Mr. Hetrick was the writer on the definitive book on the 1899 Cleveland Spiders. Lansford, ground ball right side, base hit. Winfield will grab it. Carney has 3 hits today. And the A's have 11. Javier is 0 for 2 with a walk. Mr. Hetrick has come up with his own baseball game, which we'll be talking about. And he has authored another book that goes through every replay he's ever done, which you can buy if you so choose. Lansford goes back to first, and with a 5-4 lead, I believe we're shooting for 7 Eastern. There goes Lansford. Skinner's throw down to Santana, and Carney has his 13th steal of the year. So the A's trying to put an insurance run on the board. Yesterday being the first day of spring, my mom got 6 inches of snow. That's right, Jamie. Hi, Scotty. How are you? With this New York doubleheader today, Jamie's on a VHS kick today. We get to see the baseball equivalent of the beta VHS debate between the two great shortstops, Bobby Meacham and Kevin Elster. Rafael Santana says, am I chopped liver? How you doing, Scotty? Pitch to Javier. Staying into left field. Ricky going back to the wall and will make the catch to retire the side. A's get a hit, and that's it. They left on 6 and still lead 5-4. So Skinner is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, 9-1-2. Welch to start the 7th. Fly ball, right center. Henderson's there. Makes the catch. Hopefully all your brackets won't be busted by the time that we finish the second game of this doubleheader. Ricky Henderson is 2 for 3. He has singled twice. Bob Welch, 99 pitches, 27 batters, 6 1/3, 6 hits. All 4 runs are earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 4. And if you're wondering, in 38 attempts, Ricky's only been thrown out 3 times. That's a stolen base percentage of 92.1%. Thankfully the computer did that math, not me. Nobody on. Popped up. Left side, Weiss. Makes the catch. 2 out for Bobby Meacham, the man, the myth, the legend. Bobby 1 for 3, a double. Drove in a run in the second and scored on the Washington homer in the 5th. Popped up. Hassey to the screen. And that's out of play. I would imagine that maybe Beecham's had the RBI in the 5th. Not the second. To Weiss, who's going to play it in on the grass and just eat it. Not going to risk a throw. 7th hit for the Yankees. Here's Claudell Washington, who hit maybe one of the longest home runs I've ever seen in action PC baseball. Now, the screen always makes it look longer than what the tail of the tape is. But the tail of the tape says he smashed one 431 feet out to right center. He's going to lace one into center field for a base hit this time around. Henderson will throw it in. Meacham's on his way to third. And the Yankees have the tying run on third. Washington is on first. And the Dodger fans are already trying to pay me off for this game not to go into extra innings. Here's Jack Clark. He's walked twice, scored once. 0 for 1. Struck him out. 5 for Welch. Stretch time, 5-4 A's. So Canseco, Parker, and McGuire here in the 7th. Jose, 2 for 3. A single, a double, an RBI, and a run scored. Fly ball to right. Winfield in the corner. Is that going to go foul? Barely. And somebody from East Oakland made that catch. Count is full. Somehow, some way, Richard Dotson is finding himself pitching into the 7th. Struck him out. A full count fastball at 79. Dave Parker, 2 for 3. A single, double, and scored. The Reykjavik Open Chess Tournament. 16,000 viewers. Are the Botez sisters playing in that? That's a serious question for those of you not in the chess. Line drive to Meacham, 2 out. McGuire, 2 for 3. He has singled twice and driven in 2. Base hit, left field. Henderson will throw it in. McGuire is 3 for 4. McGuire didn't have many 3-hit days. Here's Ron Hassey. Ron is 0 for 3 and grounded into a double play. 12th hit for Oakland. Hassey pops it up. Skinner will make the catch. No, he drops it! Joel Skinner dropped it for his 3rd error. And so what was an 0-1, should have been the 3rd out, is now just 0-2. And Dotson, who is living the life of Riley in this game, can't believe he's not out of the inning. Line drive to center. Washington will make the catch, and now he is. After 7, no runs. 1 hit in the air does not hurt. Timing wasn't great, but it doesn't hurt the Yankees. Go to the 8th, 5-4 Oakland. So Pagliarulo, Winfield, and Ward to face a tiring Welch. Ooh. Andrea, the younger girl, the younger sister, right? Playing in the final active table she drew. Both of those young ladies are remarkable. Chess is a sport that I've tried to play. I think the 2 hardest table games to play. Here's the pitch to Pagliarulo. Right back to Welch, over to McGuire. 1 out. No, it's not the Yappa Master game. I would say chess and bridge. Here's Winfield. Dave is 0 for 3. Reached on an error and stole the base. Ground ball, left side, base hit. So the tying run is on. 1 out, 9th hit for Gary Ward. Gary's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Should be 2. Weiss has it. Gallego for 1, turns and does not throw in time to get Ward, and Gary's going to reach on the 6-4 fielder's choice. 2 out for Santana. Raphael 1 for 3, a single and an RBI. That's a base hit into right center. Henderson will throw it. Oakland doesn't want to have to go to their pen right now if they don't need to. Ward trying to get to 3rd. Henderson tries to throw a strike into 3rd, and that shouldn't be in time, I don't think. Can't see it? No, it's not. So the tying run is on 3rd. The go-ahead run is at the plate for Joel Skinner. Someone sent me a text. Apparently I got something to refill. Okay. So 2 out. Welch might be tired. Skinner. Eckersley pitched last night. And we'll give him 4 outs. Mr. Gardner checking in. So Eck trying to get a 4-out save. He's only gone 11 times this year. He is 7 for 7, oh thank heaven, in save opportunities. Throws the fastball at 89 and a ground ball plus pitcher. Someone is already salivating for this to be a World Series matchup. Eckersley got the save last night against the Red Sox. Really? 4-3, 2/3 of an inning yesterday afternoon. Dave probably was not watching chess, no. 15 pitches, he gave up a run, it was earned. What was Dave watching? And a walk. So 8 2/3 for Eck, 5 innings, or 5 hits, a run, it was earned, his first earned run. He's walked 2 and struck out 7. So he's 1-0, 7 saves, and an earned run average of 104. I bet he was finishing up his Dallas-Baltimore game. So runners on the corners, 2 out. Here's Skinner. Joel is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Eckersley, deep breath. Got him! He chased a curveball. That was out of the zone. We go to the ninth. Steve Shields. Or the bottom of the eighth. Steve Shields coming in to pitch for the Yankees. Shields, just who the A's want to see. He's got an earned run average of 10 and an 0-2 record. Eighth appearance. 30 years old. Fastball at 89. A ground ball plus pitcher. Last pitched a week ago against the Angels. Steve Shields was a goalie for the Sharks and the Bruins. Was also married to Yarnell and did a mime act in the 70s, right? Anyway, in an 11-10 loss to the Angels, Shields probably wish he was a mime. He didn't retire anybody. 23 pitches, 2 hits, 5 runs, all earned, and 3 walks. Yikes. That's Christmas treed for a lifetime. 9 innings overall, 15 hits, 10 runs all earned, a home run. He's walked 9 and struck out 5, Dolly. So Henderson, Gallego, and Weiss. Dave 2 for 3. A single, a double, and a run. Was he stuck in a glass box? Apparently, in California he was. Pitched to Henderson. Ground ball to third. Pagliarulo has it over to Ward. 1 out. I saw a picture the other day. I think yesterday. They did this, I think, 7 times in their career. Gallego, by the way, 0 for 2 with an RBI. Of Dennis Dryden and his brother Ken Dryden, or Dave Dryden, I'm sorry, and his brother Ken Dryden playing against each other as goalies. Line drive, foul, left side. Somebody for Berkeley made the catch, 1 and 2. Left field, Henderson. How you doing, Steeler fan? 2 out. No, Henderson drops it. And Meacham has to make a mad dash to second. Gallego, is he there? Yes, it's a 2-base error for Ricky Henderson, who has misplayed 2 balls out there. Now, the wind is blowing in hard from left center at 15. But goodness gracious, there was a double that Ricky should have caught, or a single on the McGuire fly ball that Henderson should have had, and Gallego stands on second with a Christmas present. So here's Weiss. He's 0 for 3. Round ball to Meacham. Over to Ward for the out. Jamie says he must have tried to snatch that catch. We're still not talking about videos, are we? 2 out for Lansford. Carney 3 for 4. He has singled twice, doubled, driven in a run, scored, and stole a base. 5-4 A's, like an insurance run to give Eckersley in the 9th. Base hit, they're going to get it. So Gallego scores. Lansford is 4 for 5. Ricky Henderson, Billy Martin is going to yank him out, I would think. The last time you saw such poor outfield play for a Yankee, what do you got to go back to Reggie Jackson? Here's Javier, 0 for 3 with a walk. 6-4 Oakland. 6 runs, 13 hits, an error, and they've left on 7. The Yankees 4 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors, and they've left on 8. Throw to first, and Lansford is back. And they pitch out, and Carney's not going. Yeah, Ricky is still a key player for the A's today. Would you even consider Oakland to be a 4A team this year? Got him. So Shields gets out of it on a 1-2 fastball. So 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. We go to the 9th. It's the A's 6, the Yankees 4. So speaking of Ricky, he is 2 for 4. He has singled twice, scored, and struck out. Hard to believe, speaking of the Dodgers, that there was some real news made from their 2-game trip to Seoul. If you didn't see it, Shohei Ohtani's interpreter was fired because he embezzled a large sum of money from Ohtani to gamble. Not making that up. Henderson strikes out, an 0-2 fastball. 1 out. Yankees need 2 to tie and 3 to go ahead. Here's Meacham. Bobby, 2 for 4, a single, a double. Drove home a 6th and scored a run. Not that Ohtani needs the money, but still, you would think an interpreter would be paid well enough that you didn't need to do that. Ground ball to McGuire. To the bag, 2 out. Dodgers and Mets on tap next. Claudell Washington, 2 for 4. Claudell hit the home run of his life in the 5th. Is driven in 2. Scored and struck out. So Eckersley, last chance saloon for the Yankees. Dennis looking for save number 8. He winds and deals and gets you some cheese on a full count fastball right down Broadway. And Oakland will win this by the score of 6-4. 27-6 Dallas in the 4th and driving against the Burt Jonesless Baltimore Colts. So 3 hours and 14 minutes of fake baseball. No, it's not true. It was Pete Rose. That's a good joke, though. 6 runs, 13 hits, and error. Oakland left on 8. 4 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors. And New York left on 8. And New York made 2 errors. Henderson and Skinner on a drop pop foul. And then they made him and Pagliarulo. The Yankees' defense is Swiss cheese. Bob Welch goes to 5-5. 7 2/3, 10 hits, 4 runs, all earned, a homer, walking 2 and striking out 5. Dennis Eckersley picks up his 8th save, 4 outs, 3 strikeouts. Richard Dotson, 7 innings, 12 hits, 5 runs, all earned, a walk and 2 strikeouts. And Shields with a decent 8th. So it's going to be, I guess, McGuire, 3 for 4 and 2 RBI. To be your Digital Dice MVP. I can't go on camera because I echo. So let's do the rest of the American League. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. All right, let's try this again. Auto. That's what I meant to do. Cleveland beats Kansas City 7-2. Swindell 5-5. Leibrandt 6-4. Bo hits his 8th, 2 for 4 and 2 RBI. Texas and Minnesota. Twins beat the Rangers 6-5. Blyleven gets his 3rd win. Russell 1-2. Incaviglia 16th for him, 3 for 4 and 2 RBI. Milwaukee, Toronto. The Brewers win that big one, 3-1. Higuera 5-3. Clancy 4-4. Gantner 1 for 1 and 2 walks. Red Sox double up on the Angels 6-3. Clemens goes to 4-4. Dan Petrie goes to 3-8. Dwight Evans 2 homers. He's now hit 8 and 2 for 5. And last in the American League, Seattle beats Baltimore 8-3. Langston 8-1. They call him Mr. J. Tibbs, falls to 1-5. Eddie Murray 2 for 3 is 4th and drives in 2. So the Twins, a game up on Kansas City and Oakland. 1.5 on Seattle. In the American League East, Milwaukee now a game and a half on Toronto, 2 on Cleveland, 2.5 on the Yankees. The Red Sox and Tigers starting to slide back. If you're ready, let's do this. The Dodgers and the Mets. So Tim Leary versus Ron Darling. Yes, dear. Leary 6-2, a 1.93 ERA. Ronnie is 5-2, a 3.12 ERA. A beautiful day in New York. 74 degrees, winds blowing in off the bay at 7 from right center. So let's tell you about Mr. Darling, who's got a 3-game hitting streak, or winning streak. I hope you enjoyed the Sun Temple Radio. Ron is 28, is also a cousin of my wife's. Fastball at 89 and a fly ball pitcher. Darling's last outing was a 4-hit shutout at San Francisco, which Scotty's going, of course it was. He went the distance, 137 pitches, 4 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. Overall, Darling 75 pitches, 76 hits, 27 runs, 26 earned, 5 homers. He's walked 24 and struck out 47. And that shutout slashed his ERA from 3.55 to 3.12. Here's how the Dodgers will line up. Steve Sachs at second will lead off. Mike Davis in right will bat second. Kirk Gibson in left will go third. Pedro Guerrero at third cleans up. Mike Marshall at first will bat fifth. John Shelby in center will go sixth. Mike Scioscia behind the plate will bat seventh. Dave Anderson at short will go eighth. Tim Leary will bat ninth on the mound, and Darling can go the distance. 125 pitches. Defensively for the Mets, McReynolds a 5 and a 9 in left. Lenny Dykstra a 4 and a 3 in center. Darryl Strawberry a 6 and a 7 in right. So the Mets have their A lineup in there. Howard Johnson a 3 at third. Kevin Elster, is he the beta or the VHS of that debate at short? Jamie. Wally Backman a 3 at second. Magadan a 3 at first, so no Keith Hernandez. Gary Carter an 8 and 5 behind the plate, and Darling is a 7 with a 9.45. Sacks at 279 and 10 RBI. Wasn't Ron Darling one of the kids in Peter Pan? He is the winningest pitcher in the majors that played his college ball at Yale. Pitch to Sachs to start the ball game. Darling has it over to Magadan, and Sachs beat it out. Sachs just was off like a shot. Darling, that looked like that should have been an easy play. In fact, Darling did not really do anything wrong. Sachs just had channeled his inner Carl Lewis. 1 out for Mike Davis, 241, no homers, and 14 RBI. To third, Hojo has it. He's going to make a long throw. Davis is running, and Magadan keeps a foot on the bag for the out. So if Sun Temple Radio is still here, I manage the home teams, and the computer manages the visitors, unless it's the Red Sox. Kirk Gibson at 277, 10 homers and 27 RBI. By the way, the Dodgers trail by 4.5 in the West at 27 and 18. Pete Rose has a 50 on the Mets, who's 32 and 15. So 48th game for the Mets and 46th game for the Dodgers. Fly ball, right field. Strawberry will turn and watch that one go. That's a home run for Kirk Gibson. So 2-0 Dodgers right off the bat. His 11th of the year. And he's now driven in 29. Here it is again. In a season that's been so improbable. I won't finish it. It's too early. And somewhere in the Miami area, a man by the name of RJL is getting the voodoo doll out, my voodoo doll out, and poking me with it. So 2-0 Dodgers, 1 out for Guerrero, 324, 4 homers, and 27 RBI. Little chopper over the mound. Backman's got it. Throws to Magadan for the out. So 2 out for Mike Marshall. Mike at 280, 7 homers, and 33 RBI. Ground ball to Magadan. Dave takes it to first for the out. So the Dodgers get 2 on 2 hits and no errors. Mets coming up, half an inning in the books, 2-0 L.A. So let's tell you about Tim Leary. He's 30 years old, fastball at 89, a ground ball pitcher making his 10th start. 6-2 on the season, a 1.93 ERA. Last pitched against the Phillies on this road trip 5 days ago at the Vet and lost. Gave up all 7 runs in a 7-4 loss. 5 innings, 109 pitches. 8 hits, a home run. We told you he got Christmas treed. He walked 3 and struck out 2. In fact, he'd gone 2 appearances without giving up an earned run before that. So Tim, despite getting the hard hit, still has an earned run average under 2. 65 1/3, 53 hits, 16 runs, 14 earned, just the 1 homer. He's walked 16 and struck out 44. Here's how the Mets will line up. Lenny Dykstra leads off in center. Wally Backman at second will play second. Dave Magadan in for Keith Hernandez at first. He'll bat third. Darryl Strawberry cleans up and right. Kevin McReynolds in left will bat fifth. Gary Carter behind the plate will go sixth. Howard Johnson at third, batting seventh. Kevin Elster at short goes eighth. Ron Darling will bat ninth, and Leary can go the distance. He can throw 130. Defensively for the Dodgers, Kirk Gibson a 5 and a 3 in left. John Shelby a 5 and a 5 in center. Mike Davis a 3 and an 8 in right. Guerrero a 3 at third. Dave Anderson at short, he's an 8. No Alfredo Griffin today. Steve Sachs a 4 at second. Mike Marshall a 2 at first. Sosha a 9 and a 6 behind the plate. And Larry a 7 on the mound with a .983 fielding percentage. Defensively, I think the Mets in 88 were better than in 86. Offensively, I think they were better in 86. Lenny Dykstra is at 287. 2 homers and 11 RBI. Ground ball to Anderson. Dave throws to first. 1 out. Wally Backman at 236. No homers and 5 RBI. Real life NLCS preview here. You actually met Tim Leary in Bellingham in the late 80s. That's cool. Ground ball to Guerrero. This should be an adventure. Throws to Marshall and makes the play. 2 out. Magadan at 244 and 4 RBI. Rips one past Marshall in the right field for a base hit. First hit for the Mets here, Strawberry, 262, 12 homers and 33 RBI. 2-0 Dodgers, game 2 of our doubleheader. Beautiful day in New York. Winds blowing in off the bay at 7 from right center. Pitch to Strawberry. Ground ball chopper to Marshall. Mike will take it to the bag, and that will retire the side. Mets leave on a runner. No runs, a hit, and no errors. After 1, Dodgers 2, Mets nothing. So Shelby, Sosha, and Anderson. Darling to face Shelby. John at 263. 1 homer, and 8 RBI. Base hit right field. So Strawberry will throw it back in. Dodgers off to a hot start in this one. Mike Sosha at 225, 2 homers and 21 RBI. Drops one down. Carter has it. Throws to Backman covering at first. So it goes 2-4 on the card. 1 out. Shelby on second. For Dave Anderson, who's off to a pretty good start. He's hitting .310 with 3 RBI in 42 at-bats. Struck him out. So Darling got him on an 0-2 fastball. So 2 out for Leary, who's a pretty good hitter. He's hitting .333 with 2 doubles and 2 RBI. Got him. So Darling strikes him out on a 2-2 fastball swinging. Dodgers get a hit, leave a runner on, and after an inning and a half, it's 2-0 LA. So McReynolds, Carter, and Johnson to face Larry, who threw 22 pitches in the first. Kevin hitting .323, 7 homers, and 26 RBI. Line drive to Marshall, 1 out. So if you think you got some questions for Mr. Hetrick, let one of us know, and we'll make sure that he answers them. I'm not sure what time we're doing it. Usually it's around 7 Eastern time. Gary Carter at .248, 6 homers and 20 RBI. As most of the East Coast will be socked in from a snowstorm. Fly ball, left field, Guerrero. Actually, that's in foul territory. Makes the catch, 2 out. So here's Howard Johnson struggling at .219. Still 7 homers and 26 RBI. Marshall has it, takes it to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. Mets go in order. We go to the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. Dodgers 2, Mets nothing. So Darling's opening 9, 29 pitches, 2 innings, 3 hits. The home run from Gibson, both the runs, and he has struck out 2. Sachs also scored on the home run because he singled. To Elster, 1 out. Mike Davis is 0 for 1. So if Elster and Bobby Meacham, JB, are the beta and VHS of shortstops, would that make Derek Jeter the DVD? Mike Davis is 0 for 1. Fly ball, right field, Strawberry in the corner, and Darrell will make the catch. In fact, he bumps up against the half wall for his 3rd great play of the year. So 2 out for Kirk Gibson, who homered his last time up. He now has 11 on the season while driving in 29. Struck him out. Darling got him on a 2-2 curveball. So that'll do it. Dodgers go in order in the 3rd. And after 2.5, it's the Dodgers 2, the Mets nothing. And the Retro Sports Network wire has told me, beep, 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 that Tony Dorsett was tackled in the end zone for a safety by the Baltimore Colts. And it's 27-8 Dallas in the 4th quarter. Kevin Elster hitting .218, 3 homers and 11 RBI. Pitch to Elster, ground ball, left side base hit. Of course, on a poor play by Guerrero, but PD's headed to St. Louis soon anyway. Elster can steal. They're going to play for the bunt. Darling 2 for 24. He's hitting .083. We're going to send Elster. Sosha throws it down to Sachs, and Kevin has his first steal of the year. He only had 2. And he's got 1 right there. So Darling is going to try to move Elster to 3rd. So I don't know what year this was, but they asked, Tony Dorsett played his, looked out from here, okay. College football at Pitt, won the Heisman Trophy in '76. And so at one point they asked Keith Jackson about what he thought of Tony Dorsett and being a pro football running back. And Keith said, I don't know a Tony Dorsett. He was Tony Dorsett when he played at Pitt. Darling gets it down. Sosha throws to Sachs. Elster moves to 3rd, and it worked. Sometimes the setup just doesn't worth the story, I know. 1 out for Dykstra, who's 0 for 1. Leary opening 9, 39 pitches, 2 1/3, 2 hits, 1 out, runner on third. Hasn't walked or struck out anybody. Dykstra's 0 for 1. Fly ball, right field. Davis should have it. He does. Elster tags. And they're going to run on Davis. Their throw to the plate is going to be close, but no cigar. And the Mets are on the board. 2-1. So the Dodgers' lead's been cut in half. And Scotty can just repeat the last line. He looked out from there. Here's Backman, Wally 0 for 1. Nobody on, 2 out, bottom of the third. And Wally draws the walk for Magadan, who singled his first time up. Dodgers have 3 hits, the Mets 2. Up the middle, past Sachs for a base hit. So Backman will round second. He'll try for third. What's Shelby going to do? Shelby throws, is cut off by Anderson, and the Mets have runners on the corners, 2 out for Darryl Strawberry. How you doing, Mike from the truck? Strawberry 0 for 1. Runners on the corners, 2 out. Fly ball, right field. Davis turns and watches that one go. A 3-run homer for Strawberry. RJL's taking the needles out of my voodoo doll as we speak, and the Mets go up 4-2. Right down the line there. My goodness. So Leary has a meatball. And Strawberry golden corralled it. So 4-2 Mets, 2 out here in the third. McReynolds is 0 for 1. In the right center, Shelby coming in, rides the Schwinn, and that'll do it. But a huge inning for the Mets. Darryl Strawberry, a 3-run homer. And after 3, 4-2 New York. So the Dodgers have some work to do on Ron Darling. Guerrero, Marshall, and Shelby. Petey's 0 for 1. So RJL has put away his voodoo doll. Mr. Howard has pulled out his. It's third. Hojo to first for the out. 1 out for Marshall, who's 0 for 1. Ground ball to Elster. Kevin throws to first. And that's 2. For John Shelby, who singled his first time up. Fly ball, right field. Strawberry will make the catch, and we're through 3.5. After 3.5, no runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Mets 4, the Dodgers 2. So this hasn't updated, except for the New York-Oakland score. So we won't talk about that for very long. Believe it or not, the Reds have the best record in baseball at 33-15. The 2 best pitching teams in baseball going at it. The Mets have an earned run average of 295. The Dodgers 316. Larry to face Carter, Johnson, and Elster. Gary 0 for 1. Fly ball, left field. Gibson has room. 1 out. Howard Johnson's 0 for 1. Struck him out. First for Leary. Leary actually struck out 180 and 228 and 2/3. So the Mets have timed him well. A 1-2 fastball inside corner, 2 out. Here's Elster. Singled, stole a base, and scored. To short. Anderson with a diving stop. Throws to first for the out. So Anderson with a 6th great play in 14 games at short. Better than Alfredo Griffin after 4-4-2 Mets. So Socha, Anderson, and Leary to face Darling here in the 5th. Line drive, right field, foul. And somebody from Nassau got that one. 0-2. To Maggott in at first, to the bag himself for the out. So 1 out for Dave Anderson, who struck out his first time up. Line drive foul, third base side. Somebody from Suffolk made that catch. And the count is full. Struck him out. That's 4 for Darling. A full count curveball in there at the knees. 2 out. So Darling looking for a 6th win. Bounced back nicely after the 2-run homer by Gibson in the first. Leary 0 for 1. He struck out. Got him again, and Darling is fan 5. Halfway home on a windy, cold day in Burlington. You'd think it was winter or something. Mets 4, Dodgers 2. And I can't find my mouse. I still can't find my mouse. Someone tell me. Oh, I found my mouse. So, 4-2 Mets, if you joined us late, second game of the Memorial Day doubleheader. Oakland beat the Yankees in the first game. Kirk Gibson, a 2-run homer in the first to make it 2-0 Dodgers off of Ron Darling. In the third, Lenny Dykstra a sac fly to make it a 2-1 game. Then Darryl Strawberry crushed a 3-run shot, and the Mets lead it 4-2. Leary, 4 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned. Oh, that's a full house line, isn't it? All those aces and 4s. Walked 1 and struck out 1. Darling, a 3-hitter through 5. Both runs are earned. He gave up a homer to Gibson and struck out 5. So we'll start the bottom of the 5th on a nice day here at Shea. Darling with a sacrifice his first time up. Ground ball to Sachs. 1 out. So Leary, 18 batters, 72 pitches, 4 1/3. 4 hits, the home run to Strawberry. A walk and a strikeout. Lenny Dykstra is 0 for 1, has an RBI. Scotty, are you playing enough chess to actually be ranked? Pitch to Dykstra. And Lenny draws the walk. Dykstra has decent speed. Let's see if they throw over there. Wally Backman has walked and scored. Did that on the Strawberry homer in the third. And is 0 for 1. They throw to first. And Dykstra's back. Now, I don't want to hit and run. I'll read you this verbatim what Scotty sent me. Capitals LOL, triple exclamation point. Was just a question. You're a bright guy. Not ranked in like classic world rankings, but, you know, decent for your area. There goes Dykstra. Scioscia throws down to Anderson, and Lenny has his 10th steal. He will have 30 on the real year. He's in scoring position for Backman with a 1-strike count. I didn't realize I had a parrot emote. Ground ball to Anderson. See you later, Mark. Always good to see you. Dykstra will remain at second. 2 out for Magadan. Dave is 2 for 2. He singled twice and scored once. Sun Temple Radio having fun with the emotes. And Magadan draws the walk. So first and second, Leary slams the ball back in his glove as the full count fastball was not sure where that missed. And I hear the bleating of goats on that one. Here's Strawberry. You got to be careful now. Put this one out of reach. Darrell 1 for 2. It is 13th his last time up. And is now driven in 36 in 48 games. First and second, 2 out. Leary, critical stage of the ball game for the Dodgers, needs to get Strawberry. He winds and deals. That's a base hit in the left center field. Shelby will pick it up on a couple hops. Dykstra with a full head of steam rounds third. Shelby, what's he going to do? Is he going to go to the plate? Yes, he does. It's a good throw to Scioscia, but Dykstra slides under the tag. It's 5-2. So only the 5th hit for the Mets, but they've made them all count. McReynolds 0 for 2. Scotty hasn't pushed a pawn in anger in a decade. It is fun to watch. I wish they would slow down and explain it better. I watch some of that stuff and my head just melts. Pitch to McReynolds. Ground ball to third. Guerrero going to have to hurry. McReynolds is running down the line and it is safe. It's an infield hit. The Mets have good speed and they have the bases loaded. 2 out here in the 5th. For Gary Carter, who's 0 for 2. And from Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, Dallas has blocked a punt for a touchdown. And he's going to make me do the math here, isn't he? Was it 33-8? Or was that game in Dallas? Doesn't matter. I think it's 33-8 now. As Dave masters the APA football game. So Carter says it's May and it's baseball season. Leary, deep breath. Carter into center. Shelby. That looked good off the bat. But Shelby will corral it. And that'll do it. Mets get 1, however. 2 hits they've left on 4. And after 5, it's 5-2 Mets. So, third time through for Darling, 18 batters, 72 pitches, 5 innings, 3 hits, a home run, and 5 strikeouts. Sacks 1 for 2. A run scored. Dykstra, 1 out. For Mike Davis, who's 0 for 2. There's a little flare in the left. McReynolds will grab it off a hop, and that's the 4th hit for the Dodgers. Here's Gibby. Kirk 1 for 2 with a home run. His 11th. That came in the 1st. Anna Cramling's Grandmaster Montpia. Oh, really? Does wonderful play-by-play in Anna's tournament games. I don't think I belong to that channel. I'll have to do that. Yeah, you kind of have to. I see some of the Blitz stuff, and I can't imagine trying to play a competent game of chess in 6 minutes. Gibson draws the walk. So first and second, 1 out for Guerrero. Dodgers now have the tying run at the plate. PD's 0 for 2. So Davis on second, Gibson on first. Both runners are good. And Guerrero gets hit. So the Dodgers have the bases loaded for Mike Marshall, who is 0 for 2. He is the go-ahead run here in the 6th, 1 out. In the right, that'll score Davis. Strawberry running out of real estate, makes the catch. Davis should tag and score. Strawberry throws it in the infield, and it's a 5-3 ballgame. John Shelby is 1 for 2. I think all this talk about rewinding has put Jamie to sleep. So Shelby 1 for 2. Gibson on second. Guerrero on first. 2 out now in a 5-3 ballgame. Darling's pitch to center. Dykstra will make the catch to retire the side. So Dodgers get a hit. They score. They've left on 3, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Mets 5, the Dodgers 3. So Hojo, Elster, and Darling to face Leary, who would bat 3rd in the 7th, so I would imagine it's his last inning. Marshall, 1 out. We're with you Monday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. I haven't picked out the games for the 4th of July yet. Elster 1 for 2. Kevin has singled, scored, and stolen the base. Slow chopper over the mound. Anderson on the grass. Throws to Marshall. 2 out. So that brings up Darling, who's 0 for 1. Foul tipped it. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Leary, not the strike machine that he normally is. He's walked 3 and struck out 1. And he loses Darling. He had him down 1-2 and lost him. So the full count curve was low and in. So here's Dykstra. Leary, 27 batters, 5 2/3, 121 pitches. 6 hits, a home run, 4 walks, and a strikeout. In the left field, that's well hit, but Gibson will get it. And that'll do it. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 7th in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Mets 5, Dodgers 3. So Socha, Anderson, and Leary. 5, 6, and 0 for the Mets. 3, 4, and 0 for the Dodgers. Mets have left on 5, the Dodgers 3. Popped up, left side, Elster. 1 out. Dave Anderson has struck out twice. Darling has struck out 5. That's into right field for a base hit. So Strawberry will pick it up. And the Dodgers see what they do with Leary here. Pitch count-wise, he's right on the number, 129. Magadan and Johnson play for the bunt. With the Dodgers trailing 5-3, I'd imagine they would go to the pen here. They do. Jeff Hamilton will pinch hit. Wow. I think Jamie sniffed some of the microwave popcorn from Blockbuster he's been storing for the last 25 years. The choices for the... Okay, I'll read this as Vinny. The choices for the Dodgers to pinch hit are like video rental choices if you came in an hour before closing on a Friday night. May we suggest, though, that you get Gung Ho and Mr. Mom, 2 classic releases for the price of 1, and if you do that, we'll let you have them for the whole weekend. How about that? Hamilton has done a great job as a pinch hitter for the Dodgers. He's hitting 200 with 2 homers and 6 RBI overall, hitting 236, those 2 homers and 13 RBI. 1 out here in the 7th, 5-3 Mets. Pitch to Hamilton, Base hit left field. See, you can get a good laugh out of gung ho. First and second, and 1 out for Sachs. 27 batters deep for Darling. 115 pitches for Ronnie. 6 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. So Darling could use a ground ball right about now. And Gary Carter will go out and remind him of that. Struck him out. That's 6, 2-2 changeup, got him swinging. So that'll bring up Mike Davis, 1 for 3, a single and a run scored. In the right, Strawberry, stretch time, 5-3 Mets. So Tim Cruz will come in to pitch for the Dodgers. Always bittersweet to see his name pop up. Making his 9th appearance, 27 years old, fastball at 87, and a ground ball plus pitcher. Faced the Expos up in Montreal 2 days ago in a 3-2 loss. 2 innings, 29 pitches, 4 hits. A run, it was earned, and a strikeout. So overall for Tim, 10 1/3, 10 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 7. No decisions, an earned run average of 174. Backman, Magadan, and Strawberry to face him in the 7th. And Wally is 0 for 2 with a walk. And he struck him out. An 0-2 fastball got him. So here's Magadan, 2 for 2. He singled twice and walked and scored. Left center, Shelby. 2 out. Sun Temple, do you play baseball at all? Here's Strawberry. Darrell 2 for 3, including that mammoth home run in the 3rd, which put the Mets up 4-2. Now 5-3, 2 out in the 7th. Left center, Shelby will make the catch, and that will retire the side. So a good inning from Cruz. No runs, no hits, no errors. Go to the 8th. Be the last chance inning for Darling. The Mets 5, the Dodgers 3. So Gibson, Guerrero, and Marshall. Gibby 1 for 2. His home run in the 1st made it 2-0 Dodgers. Popped up, right side, Magadan. 1 out. If the Mets win, they go to 33-15. Here's Guerrero. He's 0 for 2. Darling will not finish it, but I will try to get him through 8. Walks Guerrero, and the best laid plans of mice and men here. We'll give him Marshall, who's 0 for 2, and an RBI. So Darling right up against the brass tacks. Base hit left center field. Dykstra will pick it up. And now out comes Davy Johnson to make the move. Guerrero's going to go to 3rd. And with with 1 out, they're not going to face John Shelby. But I want to bring in Myers. Oh, man, that's a tough decision. No, it's not. We're going to bring in Terry Leach. If this was the Yankees, we'd be double switching for Ricky Henderson. So, Subway, Eat Fresh brings you this pitching change from Shea Stadium, and the reason why that, because you got the Submariner and Terry Leach. Drags his knuckles at 34, fastball at 84, a ground ball pitcher. 13th appearance, 1-1, an earned run average of 3. Pitched against the Padres 2 days ago. Faced one batter, struck him out on 7 pitches. 18 innings for Terry, 19 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned. He has walked 6 and struck out 13. Randy Myers will pitch the 9th. Leach needs to get 2 outs, however. Shelby 1 for 3. The throw to first, and Marshall is back. So Guerrero on third, Marshall on first. He's a tying run. Slow ground ball to Magadan. They're going to try for 2. They get Marshall for 1. Shelby's going to reach as the throw return from Elster is late. Guerrero scores, and it's a 1-run game. Goodness gracious, you think the 2 best teams in the National League would play a pretty good game? Yup. Here's Sosha. He's 0 for 2. Shelby can run, but he's back. Sosha in the right. Strawberry makes the catch, and that'll do it. Dodgers, however, make this a 1-run ball game. 1 run, 1 hit. They leave a runner on. Bottom of the 8th, game 2 of our doubleheader. Mets 5, Dodgers 4. So Cruz out there for a 2nd inning. McReynolds, Carter, and Johnson. Kevin 1 for 3. He is singled to Gibson. 1 out. And the Dodger 9th. Well, they made a double switch. So Heap is in right. He is a 6 and a 2. Cruz is slotted in the 2-hole. So in the 9th, it would be Anderson, Heap, and Sachs. And so here is the Dodger bench. I suppose Stubbs or Hatcher. Should have come to that. Gary Carter is 0 for 3. Base hit, right field. Former Met Heat throws it in the infield, and that's the 7th hit for New York. Hojo is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. 1 out, 5-4 Mets, bottom of the 8th. Base hit, right field. Heat will pick it up. And Carter is going to test Danny's arm right away. Gary goes to third. The throw is cut off by Sachs, and the Mets are in business. So who can hit a righty? They're going to go with Mackie Sasser because you have Barry Lyons as a third catcher. And you use Hernandez for Leach. So runners on the corners and 1 out. Sasser as a pinch hitter, 313 and a 3-run homer. He's 5 for 16 on the replay. In fact, that's maybe all he's done. So first and third, 1 out in a 1-run game. Cruz's pitch. Base hit, right field. Carter will score. Howard Johnson will hold at second, and it's 6-4 Mets. So Keith Hernandez does not have a pinch hit. So Terry Leach will get the hold. Hernandez overall hitting .321, 10 homers and 34 RBI. So first and second, 1 out. Hernandez rips this one into center. Johnson scores. Sasser goes to third, And Hernandez has a pinch hit double. And if the Dodgers pinch hitters are like going to rewind the tape on a Friday night, the Mets pinch hitters are like Netflix. It's just always on, and it's 7-4. So Cruz getting racked around. Here's Dykstra 0 for 2, an RBI, a run, and a stolen base. To Sachs. They send the runner home. Sasser will score. Marshall is there, and Dykstra is retired. 2 out. And now you don't need to use Randy Myers. Not with a 4-run lead, you don't. Here's Backman. He's 0 for 3. He has scored, walked, and struck out. So the Mets plate 3 here in the 8th. Popped up. Sosha will make the catch to retire the side. A web jam almost up against the screen. The damage is done. The Mets score 3 on 4 hits. We go to the 9th. 8-4. Yeah, Hernandez has 10 homers, but he doesn't play a lot more. So Hernandez stays in the game. We'll go with Roger McDowell. We'll double switch. Ojo moves to short. All right, let's go through the defense for you. McReynolds, Dykstra, and Strawberry. That has not changed. The outfield. Keith Miller, a household name in his own house, over from the Phils. We're about to go to the Phils. Is at third. He's a 3 and not very good. Hojo moves to short, where he's a 3. Backman stays at second. And Hernandez. So, Jamie, you can look. He only played 95 games in real life, but yeah, he had 11 homers in real life and has 10 so far. Now, the game will not throttle that, so he could go way over by the time all is said and done. And so, yeah, the Mets were that good, and Hernandez missed nearly half the year. So, Roger McDowell will come in, making his 17th appearance. He's 28 years old. He's won his last 3 decisions. Fastball at 87 and an extreme ground ball plus pitcher. He faced the Padres 2 days ago, 2/3 of an inning, 26 pitches, a hit, 2 runs, both earning a walk. And Scotty's going, do it again, do it again. 14 innings for Roger, 12 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He's walked 5 and struck out 9, 3-1, 2 saves. If you're a Dodger fan, and we know that some of you are, McDowell has blown 2 of 4 saves. But with a 4-run lead, this is not a save situation. Anderson, Heap, and Sachs for LA. 4 to tie, 5 to go ahead. Anderson 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out twice. And Mike Sharperson will pinch hit. So Mike 2 for 3 as a pinch hitter. Base hit, right center field. So Sharperson takes a look in the crowd and says, what? What was that? What was that about pinch hitting in videos? Here's Danny Heap. Danny at 341. No homers and 5 RBI. Came in on a double switch when Larry's day was done. Ground ball to third. Miller gets a test. Backman for 1. Heap's going to reach as there is no throw. Sharperson took him out. So 1 out for Steve Sachs. Steve 1 for 4. A single, a run scored, and a strikeout. Ground ball to Johnson. This might do it. Nope, going to go to Sachs at first. Hernandez is there, and so is Sachs. But Hernandez the Gold Glove that he is, kept his foot on the bag. Last Chance Saloon. For Franklin Stubbs, Dallas has beaten Baltimore, by the way, in Dallas, 41-8. That's pretty good. What was it, 34-3 in real life? Franklin Stubbs, as a pinch hitter, 188, a homer, and 2 RBI. Overall, 200, 2 homers, and 6 RBI. Heap on second. McDowell trying to... 38-0. Oh, cool. That's pretty close. So 8-4 Mets, 2 out here in the 9th. Last Chance Saloon for the Dodgers. Here's the pitch to Stubbs. Fly ball center field. The Mets are going to win this one 8-4. So the Mets, in 3 hours and 23 fake minutes, 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They leave on 6. The Dodgers, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and they left on 7. Darryl Strawberry, with his home run in the 3rd, is your Digital Dice MVP. Ron Darling, 7 1/3 to go 6-2. 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned, a homer, walking 2 and striking out 6. Leach gets the hold. McDowell just gets the clean inning. Tim Leary, considering that he had minus stuff, 6 innings, 6 hits, the 5 runs, most of those on the Strawberry homer, and 4 walks. Cruz, 2 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, and a strikeout. So now this will update. Let's play the rest of that. May 30th, the Braves beat the Pirates. Well, there you go. 8-4. Bruce Sutter gets the win. Jim Gott takes a loss. Bobby Bonilla for the Pirates, 2 for 3, his 12th of the year, and drives in 2. Murph, 2 hits, a homer, and driving in 5. Cincinnati steals 5 bases. They beat the Cubs at Wrigley 6-3. Ron Robinson, 3-1. Jeff Lancaster, I think, goes 1-2. Chris Sabo, 2 for 4, and 3 of those 5 steals. Expos behind. Denny Martinez beats the Giants 2-1 in 11. Denny, 8 innings of 2-hit ball, an earned run and 5 strikeouts. Parrott gets the win. Lefferts the loss. Galarraga 3 for 5 and a double. Phillies beat the Padres 7-5. Greg Harris 4-2. Lance McCullers falls to 0-4. Dion, heaven help me, James, 2 for 4, his 5th of the year. Houston pounds St. Louis 8-1. Can't you hear R.D. Jester now saying that this is such a crappy game? Jim DeShays 3-2. Carpenter falls to 0-2. Alan Ashby, 2 for 4, his 3rd, drives in 5, and Jim DeShays, 3-hitter and walk 2. And that'll do it. All right, so that takes care of May. When we're with you next week, what do we got for you? On Monday, you too, Jeff, on Monday, the Brewers and the Blue Jays. You're welcome, Mr. John. So that's the Wednesday or Monday game. The Wednesday game is Oakland and Minnesota, and that's a huge one because they're both fighting for first. And on my mommy's 36th birthday, the Reds and the Dodgers from Dodger Stadium. All sorts of meaningful baseball for you next week. Until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for hanging out for the last hour and 59. We'll talk to you Saturday night for a special live edition of Digital Dice. So long, everybody.